Okay, this is the Secure Exam Remote Proctor. Let me go over all the parts of this that ensure academic integrity while you're taking the exam. I apologize for that being on the table. Okay, the USB cord, that has to be plugged into the same USB port every time you take an exam. That's something incredibly ridiculous in some accounts, but it's one way to ensure academic integrity. You know, on the downside, you have a broken computer and you have to use somebody else's. You would have to call up the helpline, and then the secure exam people would walk you through it, and they would notice this, etc., and go from there. But kind of neat. The USB port has to go into this, or the USB cord has to go into the same USB port every time. Now, this comes with a piece of software too that's integrated into the actual device. Once you've loaded this up, the software is then going to ask you to take a thumbprint scan. Your scan will then go and compare against the scan that you've provided before through the software, and if the thumbprint scan doesn't match up, you don't get to take the test. Kind of interesting. Next, the software will ask you to take a picture of your face. The camera is located right here, so you would have to sit in front of the silver cylindrical object, which is a 360-degree device that allows the camera to take an image. You would have to sit in front of that and allow your face to line up in this little square box. That image is then compared against another image through facial recognition software. It's not as hard as you think it might be. If that's okay, then you probably will be clear to take your exam. Now that you've gotten through all of this, you can take your exam, but while you're taking the exam, this has a built-in microphone, and this camera right here bounces off the egg, and it takes a 360-degree video of everything that is happening while you're taking the exam. So, if you're taking an exam and your friend comes over and starts talking to you, they might void your exam. If your cousin's hanging out giving you answers, the video will know. The microphone will pick them up talking. It's incredibly weird, but at the same time, this is kind of like the remote device that you could use in your house if you ever wanted to sit for like a GRE or a GMAT or something. Think of it like that. Think of it as like the ETS testing center without walls. But that stern old woman is there to make sure that you're not cheating. This is a really cool device. There are a lot of positive implications, or a lot of positive things that could come from using this in distance education. There are a lot of negative things that could come from using this in distance education. But it's a piece of technology that is out there. It is readily available. This thing is entirely made of plastic. I mean, you can get webcams from China for like $3 shipped. So it's not a very expensive piece of technology, but at the same time, if it's not expensive and it's out there and it ensures academic integrity and possibly, you know, forces content retention for online students, you know, because if you can't use your books and your notes on a test, it'll know if you're using them, then why isn't it being used more often? It's a neat question. I don't have the answer to it, but it's a neat question to ask. So this is the Secure Exam Remote Proctor. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool looking. I don't like the colors, but it is pretty cool.